But it's interesting that you mentioned Neuralink and things like that there, because a story that I've seen this week is it's not to do with Neuralink, by the way, but it's Adobe Photoshop. They've kind of got a new version that's in development or will be coming out soon, which just kind of blew my mind when I was reading about it. And the main feature that they're kind of trying to promote at the moment and sell to people is it's called AI neural filters. And have you heard about this?
I've followed Adobe with these different things.
Yeah. So basically, you could edit a picture so that there's like a filter on there that's for like age, which I know is probably quite common now with different apps and things. I mean, we've joked about on Snapchat with age filters that make us look really old, make us look young, and all that, and they're incredible. But when you think of something as good as Adobe when it comes to Photoshop stuff, age you'd probably go, oh yeah, it's quite common now. But even expression, right? So you can change the expression from things like joy, surprised, anger. You could,
awesome.
you could, if you wanted to edit a picture to tweak it slightly, if someone was wearing glasses in a picture, you could edit the glasses out with ease.
It's amazing.
And one of the other things which was quite crazy was if you had two pictures and one person had makeup on, you could take the makeup from that person and put it on someone else.
That is wild, isn't
I mean, it's just interesting, and for me, it's kind of like it goes into kind of where could this go? Like it's fun. It could be a fun thing, you know. Like I said before, we can joke about on all the different. I mean, Facebook's got their own different filters. Instagram has. We mentioned Snapchat, but for me, I'm kind of thinking about kind of the dark side of what it could do. You know what I mean? Especially with counterfeits and things like that. I mean, you could.
What's real and what isn't?
Is
what it comes to, doesn't
exactly.
it? Yeah.
You know, and you think about like the age filter. I mean, I don't know what this kind of retails at when you buy it as a product or whatever, but if a youngster, or when I say a youngster, someone, I mean, in America, the drinking age is what, 21?
21, I think, yeah.
18 in the UK. I mean, if you're 16 or 18 or 19 in the States, and you manage to get hold of it, I mean, it's going to be easy to just kind of tweak a picture so you look that bit. Oh, I mean, just to show your ID, you know, and create something. This is all the things that I kind of think like, it's clever, but is it possibly detrimental in other ways?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
See, I'm torn in the same way. It's not. I have this weird sort of excitement about the fact that you could create. We do it to a certain extent with our artwork. We create things that aren't real, and like fair enough, with our sort of stuff, we tend to use a cartoon face or whatever. But there's been stuff that we've messed around with where I put your face on something, and as long as you get the lighting right and things like that, you can do a fairly convincing job of it. But things just literally allow you to create something that doesn't exist. And I've not seen these particular filters, but I've seen a lot of the stuff where if you want to separate someone, like if I've got a picture of you and you're standing in front of a wall, there are really clever things where you can, it will know how to separate you from, like it will select you from that image no matter what's behind it. It'll pick up your hair, so you don't have to, so you won't have like a Lego hair where you've been edited. It will, you know, get the fine sort of bits of hair if you had long hair or whatever, and you can put yourself into anything, you know, and very convincingly. Or I've seen things where on video that Adobe do where I think there was a guy riding his bike down this sort of highway, and it was like a mountain road sort of thing, and there was a car there, and it uses AI to get rid of the car. And so it then looks like that this person's riding along and they've got the road to themselves and stuff. And it is all machine learning. It's all AI, and it calculates, right, that bit needs to go or whatever. It's incredible. absolutely incredible how much power you can have with it. And I do have a sort of a perverse thing about creating it in a weird way. It's not this extreme, but it's like creating life. Like you're creating something completely new,
But
and that doesn't exist.
It's a bit like we've talked about the deep fakes and things like that before, you know, and it's kind of crossover into that
sort of thing. Yeah, because the technology that the deepfake technology is a similar thing, but algorithm like when the machine learning is basically the same as what Hollywood movies do. When you see Iron Man and he lifts his thing up and Robert Downey Jr.'s face is there and things like that, it's the same idea that they use, and it's the same for Adobe. It's that sort of process of working out what should be there and what shouldn't be there, and merging the two, which is incredible. But I completely welcome it, but I don't know. It's hard. How do you police this sort of thing?
Yeah.
As well. There's a website, I can't remember what it's called, but I have sort of downloaded things from it just out of curiosity, where it generates people that don't exist by AI. So I will have to find the website, because it's amazing. There are all these pictures, and they look like pictures that have come from LinkedIn or something like that, but they're not real people. And you look at it, you think that's a real person. And some of them have a bit of a tell, like there'll be a bit of a distortion around the ear or something where it's not quite understood what it's doing. But some look so convincing. And if you had something like that and then added, you take that image and then you put it somewhere else or whatever, you can, the danger, I think, is people creating completely fake identities, or online, you could create a completely fake
profile on something, or definitely, and use that to
sort of con people in whatever way, which is the frightening thing. But weirdly, one thing that I was looking at recently, which isn't on, it is very similar, but I was looking yesterday. A lot of software now is adding some sort of AI element to it. And I was looking, there was a DJ, there's an app called DJ, DJAY, by a company called Algorithm. And they do iPad apps. And it's now got this thing in it. I can't remember what they call it, but basically you can load a song into it and you can completely separate the parts. So you can completely separate the vocals from the bass line, from the drums, and it does it perfectly. So you can strips into layers, but so you just tell it, right, I only want the drums from that, and you can filter the drums out, and then you could put another song in and say, well, I want the vocals from that. It matches it by key, it matches the tempo, it removes whatever you want from that thing in real time as well. It's not like you have to press a button and wait for it to do it. It literally does it. It's so clever. Things like that are completely changing creative processes from what they used to be.
It's really interesting.
It's fascinating. Really interesting. And I love the fact that it's available for anyone.
Yeah.
It's, like I said, I think last week or a couple of weeks ago, it's important that these things are equally available, not available just to the richest or the highest bidder as such. Some kid at home can do this stuff.
Yeah, but play about. Well, no, but that's it, and play about with it, and could create something, or incredible.
Yeah.
No, I agree.